To most of the world, this looks like a construction site for a temporary shed. To an American, it's a $1 million dream home. In Europe, houses are built to survive centuries. They use brick, concrete, and stone. But in the United States, 90% of homes are built from what is essentially sticks. To foreigners, it's a detail they simply can't believe it. Looks flimsy, flammable, and like a snack for the big bad wolf. But to Americans, it's the standard. Why does the wealthiest nation on earth refuse to build with brick? Today, we're unpacking the hidden history, the economic gambles, and the cultural quirks that made the American wood house the most successful and controversial building style in history. The first reason is simple: geography. When European settlers arrived in North America, they didn't see a lack of stone. They saw an endless, almost infinite supply of Hiquati timber. While Europe had spent centuries deforesting its land for fuel and ships, America was a wood gold mine. In the 1800s, wood wasn't just a choice, it was the only logical option. Transporting heavy bricks across a massive unpaved continent was an expensive nightmare. But wood, you could cut it down right where you were building. This created a cultural quirk that persists today. Americans view wood as a premium, versatile material, while many other cultures view it as cheap or temporary. But the real hidden story isn't just the wood, it's how they put it together. Before the mid-1800s, even wooden houses were hard to build. You needed master craftsmen to carve complex joints. But then came the balloon frame. By using thin, standardized 2x4 seconds and mass-produced nails, suddenly anyone could build a house. You didn't need a mason or a master carpenter. You just needed a hammer and a plan. This standardization is why American houses all start to look the same in those car-dependent suburbs we see today. It was the first IKEA version of a home, fast, cheap, and easy to replicate. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What happens when the wind blows? Foreigners often mock American paper houses after a natural disaster. It is true a brick house handles a hurricane better than a wood one. But there's a surprising logic here. In parts of the U.S. prone to earthquakes, like California, wood is actually safer. It's flexible. It bends where brick cracks and collapses. And then there's the renovation culture. Americans love to move walls, add rooms, and upgrade their kitchens. In a brick house, that's a structural nightmare. In a wood house, it's a weekend project. The American house is built for change, while the European house is built for permanence. If wood is so flimsy, why don't Americans just switch to brick now? Because the entire American economy is locked in. From the building codes to the insurance companies to the specialized labor, everything is optimized for wood. If you want a brick house in a modern American suburb, you'll pay a 30% to 50% premium. Most brick houses you see in the U.S. today are actually just wood houses with a thin brick veneer stuck on the front for looks. It's a facade of permanence. This is one of those small details. Locals stopped noticing we see a brick house and think it's solid. But it still just sticks underneath. So, is the American wood house a stroke of genius or a massive mistake? It allowed the U.S. to house millions of people faster and cheaper than any other nation in history. It shaped the look of the fenceless front lawns and the sprawling suburbs that defined the country. But as the world changes and we look for buildings that last centuries instead of decades, the wood versus brick debate is far from over. What do you think? Would you rather live in a house built for a lifetime or a house built for a century? Hey, let me know in the comments.